Hey everyone, welcome back to Digging Out of Debt with Lynette. And today I am going to teach you how to meal plan and create a shopping list so that when you go to the grocery store, you stay on budget and you save money. Now, the first thing I have to tell you is that my system is a two-page system. It is analog. There's nothing digital about it. I don't use an app. I don't even use my phone when I go to the grocery store. So what you'll see here is this is what hangs on my fridge. And I apologize for the lighting, but the pages here, these are my meal plans for the week and my shopping list. There's a used shopping list and my Aldi flyers. So this is very paper, it's very analog, and forgive me as we rifle through papers today as I show you my system. So the first thing that I do is I start with my planner. So you get your planner out. This is mine. And you make sure, first of all, that everything everyone's doing every night is actually written on your planner. Okay? And then what I do is I transfer that information to a sheet of paper. So in this sheet of paper, you can see that I have here Friday through Thursday written on the page. And I do Friday through Thursday meal planning because my farm delivery order comes on Thursday morning. So that makes it easier for me to know exactly what I have to meal plan for the next week. Although we do get a schedule, I don't always know everything that's coming in the produce. So I just wait until I get the order on Thursday and then I meal plan Friday through Thursday of the following week. So this is it. This is what I do. And I hope you can see this. I had the days of the week, and then next to it, I have transferred what we're doing each night of the week onto the page. So I know what nights my husband will not be here. For example, I know that every Wednesday night he is out. So for dinner, I do something that the kids love that my husband doesn't necessarily love, and that's spaghetti. The kids love spaghetti. So pretty much every Wednesday night in our house, we will be having spaghetti with meatballs or a spaghetti with chicken nuggets or something like that. That's something the kids love every Wednesday because my husband is out. So you have to know who is going to be home to actually eat the meals that you're planning. That's the first thing you do. Now this is an empty list, okay? And down here, you can see a little list here. I don't know if you can actually read what it says, but that is where I take stock of what is actually already in the freezer and coming. You can see the little date there, 2/15. This is what's coming in the farm order. So I know I have one kielbasa, one breakfast sausage, one ground pork, one ground turkey, and I know that on Thursday I've got either chicken breast or chicken tenders coming and hot dogs. So I write that down so I know what I have in my freezer already and what is coming the following week. So that's what goes on my first page. And this is kind of what it looks like after it's already filled out. This was last week's meal plan. And you can see as I go along, I cross it off there. Yeah, I cross it off as I use it so I know what I have left for the next week. So that's what it looks like filled out. Now the second page is the actual shopping list. And what I do is I fold it into quadrants. And you can see here that I shop at Aldi, okay? Aldi and a place called P&R Discounts. If you're in Northeast PA, we have a store called P&R Discounts, which is a phenomenal, phenomenal discount store where you can get tons of things. It's more like a discount department store because it has way more than food, but it has tons of organic products that are heavily discounted. Like you can buy organic there for less than you can buy store brand at major grocery stores. And so anyway, I shop at Aldi and P&R. So what I have here is at Aldi, this is where I put the stuff I find. Over here is where I find the stuff, the produce. Here is my P&R shopping list, and over here is Aldi fridge and frozen stuff. And I'm sorry that the video keeps glitching. I may have to deal with that. I don't know why that's happening. But I have my 4 quadrants, and as I go through my meal planning, I write everything on one of these 4 quadrants. It helps me stay organized in the store, and that is that page. Now this is This is what it looks like after it's been populated, and it also has been crossed off. I'm a crosser rougher when I go to the grocery store. So this is what my 4 quadrants look like after I've been to the grocery store. So as you can see, I put all the items over here, and then over here, you can see that I put the price next to each and every item. Now, I wanted to show you one thing that I do is I keep all of my Aldi receipts. Now, at P&R, it's hand entered. It's not scanned. So I don't, on the receipt does not reflect what I actually purchased. It just reflects the prices and the taxability of every item. But I can't, so I don't keep those receipts. But I keep my Aldi receipts because then I know how much everything cost. And I'm pretty much memorizing everything that I'm buying on a regular basis, but I keep them and I go through them because, a lot of times you're meal planning, and when you're meal planning for dinner. And so I often forget about breakfast and lunch. And you need to have things like you need to buy a loaf of bread, you need to have waffles for the morning or whatever. But if I don't have my receipts to go through, then I forget a lot of the basic foods on my shopping list. So I keep the receipts so I know how much things cost. When I do my quadrants, I write the price next to everything. So I know pretty much everything I'm buying, what it costs. I know for like things at like P&R, I buy snacks for the boys to take to school. Well, I give myself like a $3 budget. And usually I can find snacks for less than that, but I give myself a $3 budget. That way I know the max of what I'm going to be spending each shopping trip. Okay. So the other thing is, because I'm an Aldi shopper, I always make sure to pick up the Aldi Insider on my way out of the store. And every week in our mail comes the actual Aldi circular. So I base a lot of the produce that I buy off of what is actually on special and in season at Aldi. And P&R has produce too. Sometimes you can really get something cool there. Sometimes it's not that great. Um, so I just go off of what I see at Aldi, and if I can find the same thing at P&R for less and it's fresh, then I'll get it there. So that is that part. Now, as you go to meal plan, you have to have this list in mind, all the stuff that you already have. You shop from your own freezer and fridge first. And then you just plug everything in as you go. So for example, this past week, I knew that I had made some bone broth and I wanted to make some chicken soup. So on Sunday, we did chicken soup and I put all the things I wanted to put in it because I didn't want to forget anything. Saturday, we had pork burgers and spaghetti squash. Sunday, I bought a pizza at Aldi because the kids love pizza, obviously. So anyway, I plug in what I have, and as I like here we have kielbasa and cabbage with pierogies and blue potatoes. So I will go down here and I will cross off kielbasa. So now I know that's not an option anymore. So that's how I do the meal planning. And then all of the things that I need to supplement. So I add everything in that I have on my shopping list. I put everything that I need to get on my shopping list. And then you simply go to the store and you only buy what's on the list. And I know that that is super hard to do when, especially at Aldi, with all those like little cheapo insider things that are so useful and functional, you just got to skip those aisles. Truthfully, you just have to skip those aisles. But I always buy just what's on the list. And that is just super, super, super important. So I want to review the steps that I did here. First of all, you start with your planner. You transfer all of the things that are going on that week in your family to your actual meal planning page so that you know who's going to be home to eat and you can plan accordingly. You look at what you already have in your freezer and in your fridge and you use those items first. What produce do you already have that needs to be eaten before it spoils? You figure all of that into your meal planning. Also, to populate the rest of your list, you look through your pantry, your cabinets, your refrigerator, your freezer, and you see what you're running out of. Obviously, those things go on the list as well. And I keep my grocery receipts. I need to remember all those things that I forget, like peanut butter and jelly and all that kind of stuff. That keeping the grocery receipts helps me to remember what I need to put on the list. I tally. That's the most important thing, I think, is I put the cost of everything or the estimated cost of everything right next to the item so that when I'm at the store, I know what my budget is for each item. And you could sort of like, if something costs a few cents more one week, then you kind of have like a rough idea in your head. Okay, well, I spent 50 cents more on that item, so I'm going to spend 50 cents less on something else. And it sounds really detailed and annoying, but you figure it out. The more you do it, the more you figure it out. And I actually tally it by hand. If you can actually see on this thing, I wonder if you can see this. Let me see. Can you see where I tally right here? I actually start like the first item is like $2, and then I tally as I go, and because I need to know exactly how much I am spending. So I tally up as I go, and I always stay under budget because when I go to the store, I'm using cash. There isn't anything extra. When the money is in the envelope is gone, the money in the envelope is gone. So I find that tallying will help me to stay under budget because I can't go over budget. And that's about it. You guys, I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful to you, go ahead and give it a like. Hit subscribe if you want more videos like this. And again, I apologize for all of the glitching. I don't know really what was going on there. But if you have any questions about how I do what I do, put it in the comments. If there's something you do in your meal planning and shopping that I didn't mention, can you just let me know what it is in the comments? Because I want to learn from you guys too. But I hope this was helpful and I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you are able to meal plan, create a shopping list, only buy what's on the list, and that's hard to do at P&R. I got to tell you, it is super hard to stick to the list because I just want to buy everything, every single thing in that store. It is so cheap and it's so organic and it's so amazing. But you got to stick to the list and you got to stick to the budget. So anyway, that's how I do it. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again.